Good evening, everybody. Good to see you this evening. I thank God for each and every one of you. Y'all know the drill. I shouldn't even have to repeat myself. I need y'all to go ahead. Let's get this party started. Do me a favor, check in. Let me know what side of town you repping. Let me know what set you claiming. And then after you represent your hood, I need you to make sure you, for my YouTube people, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button for those who don't already subscribe to it. But then most importantly, hit that share button. I need you to make sure that you are sharing this link with somebody that is close to you, but maybe far from God, somebody who needs this in their life to kind of hear from God in a different manner. Someone that you are tired of them texting you about prayer. It does different things. So hey, tell them come get it for themselves. Hit that share button. Those that are watching via the app, I need y'all to do the same thing. You can hit that share the link to somebody after you do your check-ins. Hit that share button to make sure that you are being a blessing to somebody somewhere. We want to make sure that we are honoring what God is doing in and through the lives of His people. So I'm super grateful for what you all do on a regular basis. We just came fresh out of Baptism Sunday. Shout out to my guy Wendell. He made sure he posted some of the stuff on our social media, so you get a chance to see the clips for those who may have missed it or didn't get a chance to see Baptism Sunday. In terms of all of our wonderful candidates, they got a chance to get dipped in the water. You get a chance to go back and get a quick highlight recap of that. Always an exciting time. Watch this, and some of those individuals who show up to get baptized are because you're sharing links and sharing what God is doing in your lives. You're doing the work. So I want you to understand it. It's not nothing to downplay or to overlook or to diminish. Simply because when you do the work, things happen. Plant the seeds grow. And so it's not your responsibility to make them grow, it's your responsibility to plant them. So we make sure you're doing your due diligence, planting those seeds, reaching people, loving on people, doing what God called us to do, so we can get them closer to Him, make sure they get granted access to heaven. Because of the work we're doing. So once again, we fresh out of our out of Baptism Sunday, but also at the same time, we concluded our series back to the altar as relates on Sundays. I said on Tuesdays, I'm still in the middle of this, where we're about to get into it in a couple of minutes, but I want to make sure that if you missed out on Sunday, I'm dropping the link in the chat for people so that way you can make sure you stay on top of your word and don't miss out on um, what God is doing in the house. So whether you have to work, maybe out of town, we got people starting vacations for summer, all those different things. Don't allow that to be an excuse for you to miss out on God's word in your life. Because y'all know what time it is. We want to make sure that we are getting everything that we need. Because watch this. Don't you come talking to me about Pastor Mike. I'm trying to figure out how come I'm praying and I'm not getting results. And we've been talking about prayer this past month, and you ain't been present, or you haven't been paying attention, or haven't been catching up. So we want to make sure that you are in line with where the house is. Please make sure you're doing your due diligence to go back. This is why technology is what it is, and how we're able to utilize what we do and how we do it, so that way we can be a blessing around as many people as possible. So that being said, once again, we have been navigating this area of prayer. Prayer is probably one of the most important areas by which I'll teach on. We came straight kind of dealing with uh, faith couple of months ago, and so prayer, it was just logical that we kind of navigated to this area of prayer, coming right behind it, because they operate with each other. The two are not mutually exclusive, and so please understand the importance and level of prayer that goes into your life. And so, in terms of living out this life that we've been called to live out and maximizing it to the fullest. And so, we talked about part of this is graduating you from whatever current level you're on. If you are simply still doing now, lay me down to sleep, we want to upgrade you. We want to get you past now, lay me down to sleep. You should be doing more than that. That's why we initiated top of the year, that first 15, at least getting you in that rhythm. Because watch this, uh, there's another level of prayer waiting on you to get to. And what if I told you, if prayer moves God, how much is God moved by yours? Ooh, we starting off hot. Yeah, if prayer moves God, how much is God moved by yours? And if you don't think God is moved by your prayers, that's why you're here. That's why you're paying the price of admission. And so you shouldn't be missing out on these teachings, and make sure you're taking good notes, because we've been dealing with on these past couple of Tuesdays that there are types of prayers. Yeah, there are types of prayers, and so one of the types of prayer is a communion prayer that is foundational. That is the idea that you and God y'all kick it. He knows my name. This is not the first time we talk. Yeah, in fact, is it, when I get sick or when life jumps off, he's not foreign to it. He saw it before I saw it, and so when we're talking about it, it's not. This is not a new conversation. His My name's already in his contact list. I'm already saved. I want to watch. I told you I'm one of his favorites, so I'm high on his list of contacts. And so communion prayer is regular prayer, consistent prayer. This doesn't speak to. I haven't dealt with this in a minute. This doesn't speak to length of time. Length doesn't necessarily mean you're in more communion. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, because when we talk about length, that's what Jesus was arguing in terms of vain babbling. Just don't be talking just to be talking. Yeah, so sometimes it's the consistency of it that God's looking for, and so it's the communion prayer. Um, and so we dealt with that. We dealt with the idea of we shifted from communion prayer to adoration. Um, when you begin your prayer by adoration is when you begin your prayer by telling God how wonderful He is, how mighty He is, how faithful, how loving, how patient. That's one of those words I put in my prayer all the time. God, thank you for being patient with me. God, you are a patient God, and so adoration is loving on God, and it's a good chance that you will. God hears you better when He knows that you loving on Him. It's easy for somebody to respond when you've been talking nice to them. Ooh, that's good. Try talking nice to people. Come here. Yeah, try talking nice to people for once. See if it don't help. Yeah, see if it don't help. Just see change your surroundings. Talk nice to some people this week. It's so adoration of talking nice to God. Um, and watch this. Let me see if you can handle this. And it's because we dealt with Job's situation a little bit. I think we dealt with that last week. Because it's possible to believe in God but not adore Him. Yeah. So life pops off. Tragedy happens. Things that you were not pleased with, that you thought should have gone a different way. So it's possible for life to occur. It's now watch this. You still love them, you still believe in them, but you don't know this adoration piece you frustrated by. Yeah, you like God. I don't know right now. We on we yeah we talking, but I don't, yeah, we ain't seeing eye to eye. So it's possible to believe in God, but not adore Him. Pastor Mike, how is that? Watch this. The same way it's possible to sleep with someone you're not in love with. And I know because y'all saved, because you saved, and because you go to the light of the world. I know. Ain't none of y'all ever slept with anybody other than your spouse. All my single people are virgins. Them kids can't. They got dropped off by the stork. Them kids ain't even your kids. Them kids got dropped off. You just a foster parent, because ain't none of y'all ever slept with nobody other than your spouse. And so this is for your cousin and them. This for your cousin with all them kids, because it's possible to sleep with someone that you're not in love with the same way that you can uh, believe in God and not adore Him. because we just like certain things that pop off, certain get into certain situations, certain circumstances that we have to kind of navigate. So we talk about the idea of communion prayer. We talk about adoration. Then we came in last week and talked with supplication. Supplication is just your gimme list. God, I need you to cancel these student loans. God, I want you to open up this window of heaven, God. Open up, these windows, pour out a blessing. I don't have room enough to receive. God, I need you to move on my behalf. God, I need you to move this sickness out of my body. God, I need you to protect my babies. And so it's simply just asking God for whatever it is that you're asking for. But once again, don't miss it when we talk about the model. We talk about that formula that Jesus gave us. We don't get to our gimme list till somewhere down the line. So we don't come out the gate all the time with God. Hey, give me this. Now, I don't want to throw too much out tonight, but now I don't want you to go to the extreme and think that every time that with your back is against the wall, that you have to start off with our Father, so heavenly, mighty, wonderful, awesome God. No, if you're coming down 75 and it's raining outside and a car in front of you brakes hard and you in a split second, all you can scream out is Jesus. That's prayer. Yeah, that's all you got at that moment. That is prayer. That is God, I need you now. God, I need you to move now. Expeditiously stop this car. That is prayer. Because you don't have time. You don't have time for format. Yeah, that's why I say don't go to the extreme. Yeah, I didn't those situations. I don't have time for formulas or models. But watch this, because I've been talking to him, because we've been in communion. When I'm in those moments where I say, God, hey, I need you. That he hears my voice. He knows my cry. I speak to this all the time. That you can have a bunch of crying babies in a room, crying simultaneously. A parent will hear their baby over every other baby. Yeah, they know they baby cry. So God knows my voice because of that community. He knows my voice because of that consistency. So when it comes down to that circumstance by which, hey God, I need you to do this quickly. Yeah, it's not the first time that he's heard from me. It's not the first time that he has dealt with me, and so it helps. Now, so yeah, so we want to make sure that you are consistent in your prayer life. So we talk about communion, we talk about adoration, we talk about supplication tonight. And I talked about it on Sunday, that one of the areas that we are going to get to was intercession. Yeah, that's a good $2 word. That's a good words with friend word. Intercession is where we're gonna jump into tonight and kind of navigate. And I probably won't get into all of it tonight. We'll be able to navigate all of it tonight. So that's why we'll pop back in next Tuesday. So with intercession is the ability to act or interpose in behalf of someone in difficulty or trouble, as by pleading or petition. It is the idea that I'm standing in the gap. In fact, I'm gonna put this in the comments. Intercession is standing in the gap for an individual, family, organization, church, city, nation, or continent. That's a major. Yeah, intercession. I'm interceding on that. So this is outside of my gimme list, in the sense that most of my gimme list is tied to what I want God to do for me. Intercession is saying, God, this is what I need you to do for other people. This is I'm standing in the gap for my family. I'm standing in the gap for somebody close to me. I'm standing in the gap for organization, standing in the gap for my church, for my city, for my nation, my continent. If I'm interceding, Let's hold your pearls. I'm interceding for my president. Oh yeah, I got quiet. Yeah, I'm praying for those that watch this. Bob talks about, for those who despitefully use me. Praying for enemies. I'm praying, God, Lord, do what you need to do, God, on behalf of rulers, of governments. God, I'm interceding in different arenas, and so uh, it's the idea that someone, this is where tying in from Sunday, someone saying my name. So it's understanding. I'm praying on behalf of someone else, because watch this. I need someone. I need someone praying for me, because I watched. Ooh, come here. I don't even need to. I don't even need to be in trouble for you to pray for me. In fact, I would prefer you prayed for me before I got in trouble. Yeah, I preferred you prayed for me before I got sick. This is where Christians mess up, because we wait till we are reactive versus proactive. So we do prayer walks after the shooting. Come here, somebody. Yeah, we do prayer walks, after the murders, after things are turned upside down. It's so now that's not to say that prayer don't work then, but it helps a whole lot if I do it ahead of time. Yeah, it's the idea that if I would have been praying for these schools, beforehand. Everybody ties the idea that school started going downhill once they started removing prayer from school. I'm not gonna hold you tonight. But I'm gonna tell you, as soon as you start telling people they can't pray, that you don't want God to be a part of it, God takes his hands off. God is such a gentleman. He says, I stand at the door and knock. I'm not gonna force myself on you. So if you don't want me to be there, you can have all the school shootings you want. So intercession is saying, God, protect our babies, cover them, keep them. I can speak to this online. Shout out to Dr. Williams at Hughes. We've prayed at the school. Probably shouldn't have been, according to the books. But we prayed at the school. Watch this. Here's the thing that nobody sees, or where there's no cameras. I personally have walked the hallways, laid hands on lockers, praying at the school on behalf of kids. I watch this on behalf of kids I've never seen, on behalf of kids I don't know their names, on behalf of kids I've never met. And so I'm praying for them. And so when they have a successful year, watch this. Others may subscribe it and ascribe it to luck and to good teaching. Not to knock any of our teachers, but at the same time, we've been girding this thing up in prayer. Once again, we told you prayer is not a because we said, well, Pastor Mike, there's still some things that happen at school, such such. So prayer is not the absence of suffering. There's still things that will happen, of course, but prayer covers. Let's don't miss this. Prayer covers, and so we make sure that we do our due diligence with intercession. Intercession doesn't need to know everybody's business. Yeah, I don't need you to know everything I'm going through for you to pray for me. Intercession is say I'm standing in the gap. Let me make sure I'm doing my due diligence to stand in the gap. Watch this, and I can't talk intercession and not go Genesis 18. It won't let me put the entire passage on here. So I'm gonna put the text in the chat, and then so make sure you can read it at your leisure. But I'm gonna go through it for you. So Genesis 18 is where I want to kind of pick up on this concept of intercession, because Genesis 18 we are introduced to Father Abraham, and so Father Abraham, come here. It says Genesis 18 verse 23. It says, Abraham confronted him. He said, "Are you serious?" Uh, he's talking to God here. He says, "Are you planning on getting rid of the good people right along with the bad? What if there are 50 decent people left in the city? Will you lump the good with the bad and get rid of the lot? Wouldn't you spare the city for the sake of those 50 innocents?" And then he says, "I can't believe you do that." I'm reading the Message Bible. I can't believe you do that. Kill off the good and the bad alike as if there were no difference between them. Doesn't the judge of all the earth judge with justice? So let's set some context here so you can understand what is happening in the text. So now Abraham, uh, is the father of faith, for lack of better terms. So you have Abraham, who's obedient to God's urging. God tells him to leave your country, leave your family, leave what you know, start walking. I'll tell you where to go. I'll tell you where you're going once you start. So Abraham obeys God in that instance, trusts God, reckless abandon. Abraham's like, let's go get it. So now, because he's trusting God with everything, standing 10 toes down on faith, God starts blessing him. He's blessing him so much that, watch this, it's to the full. It's overflowing. The problem with this scenario, when Abraham leaves, he takes his nephew Lot. There's a whole lot to this, and I can't get into the whole preaching presentation on this. So Abraham leaves and takes his nephew Lot because his nephew Lot doesn't have a daddy. Abraham's brother dies early on, so now Lot doesn't have a daddy. Abraham feels the responsibility to take on caring for his nephew. Now, watch this. That is noble in a sense, but God never told him to do that. So now, come here, fast forward. This is like Love and Hip Hop. So now, fast forward. He's got his nephew Lot rolling with him. Abraham's blessed because Lot's with him. Lot gets blessed. Lot starts feeling himself, and so now Lot got his crew. Abraham got his crew. They crew start beefing, and he's like, "Okay, before I say something, I'm gonna regret. we need to part ways. We need to go separate directions because there's not enough room. That's a good problem. There's not enough room for all of my stuff and all of your stuff. So before we become estranged family members, I need you to go ahead. Let's roll out." So Abraham, being the good uncle that he is, tells Lot, "Which direction do you want?" He says, "You choose, right or left, which way you want to go." And so Lot chooses one direction. And Abraham said, "Okay, bet. You go that way. I'm going to go this way. May the Lord watch." Until we meet again. May the Lord watch. He did a lot. Go ahead and live your best life. I've already set you up for success. Take all the stuff that you didn't earn. Take these blessings that you didn't earn. I'm going to let you live your life. So now watch this. The direction Lot chooses is Sodom and Gomorrah. It looked good. This has so much preaching to it. It looked good on the surface. He tells him that Lot chooses Sodom and Gomorrah, goes that direction. Abraham goes the opposite direction. In the midst of all of this, do you know the story? With Sodom and Gomorrah, God is getting prepared he's about to go tear Vegas up. It's South Beach mixed with Vegas, mixed with the DR. It's Black Bike Week. It's all interchanging. It's all happening in Sodom and Gomorrah. They don't know what to do with themselves. God's like, "I'm about to just kill all y'all." This is why you should be glad you live on the New Testament grace. God's like, "I'm about to just kill all y'all. I got enough people I can work with." I'm gonna get rid of all y'all. And so now come here, verse 26. Verse 26. You have Abraham talking to God because Abraham knows his nephew's over in Sodom. He's like, "I gotta go get my I gotta go get my nephew." He's like, "They family gonna kill me if I don't go get Lot. This family they're gonna lose their mind." So he's like, "All right, let me go figure something out." So now Abraham, watch this, verse 26. Don't miss this. Let me make sure I put this in here. Verse 26. Abraham is talking to God. He's having conversation with the Father. This is why the communion prayer is so important. He's having conversation with the Father. And watch this. Verse 26 says, "The Lord said, if I find 50 innocent people," this is God talking to Abraham, "if I find 50 innocent people inside the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake." This is big. Abraham now is trying to find 50 people that don't get high. He's like, "Let me try to find 50 people that ain't sleeping with each other. If I can, let me just find 50 of them." So now Abraham's like, "All right, well, I can't find 50." So he starts going into auction mode. He's talking to God. He's like, "All right, well, what about 45? God's like, "All right, bet. I'll do it for 45. He's like, "All right, well, what about 40? God's like, "All right, I'll do it for 40. He said, "What about 35? He's like 35, 30, 30, 30, 20, 25, 20. Give me 15. Give me 15. And so now he's going back and forth he's going back and forth with God, pleading for God to spare this place if he could find a handful of righteous people. Verse 32. I know I'm going a long way to China, but I need y'all to understand what's taking place. So now he's going back around. Let me make sure I get this in here for the chat. Chat, let me know y'all still with me. So verse 32, he drops this on him. And he simply says, all right, he says, please don't be angry if I speak only one more time. Abraham talking, intercession. He said, don't be angry. Hey, he said, what if, God, hear me out. What if 10, what if I found 10 people? And God said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. He talks God down from 50 to 10. He said, all right, you find 10, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll hold off on what's happening. And so now this is the first place we see intercession in scripture. Abraham interceding on behalf of Sodom. Now watch this. Abraham still couldn't find these folks. this is how trifling they were. He still couldn't find them. He's like, look, just let me get my nephew out. Just let me get my nephew out. And I'll be, thank God. I know you would try. I was trying to work with you, and God was, yeah, they were trifling. And God was like, just let me get my nephew. And of course, some of you know that read your Bible, you know, even in the midst of Lot getting out, because he was able to spare his family, he said, hey, you come bring your whole family. And in the midst of his being able to rescue his nephew and his family out of Sodom, watch this. Lot's wife looks back at everything she was leaving. She's so salty. Yeah, she's so salty. So she looks back at the rest is history. So Abraham, you see the story of intercession. It's one of the first mentions, and doesn't say the word specifically, but it's the first concept by which God he's pleading on behalf of somebody other than himself. Intercession. And so once again, Abraham's goal was to get Lot out. But he was willing to pray for the entire city to do it. That's so cold-blooded. He's like, my goal was Lot, but I'm willing to pray for the entire city. He said, I'm willing to pray for people that I don't even know, for the sake of my baby, for the sake of my nephew. And so once again, I don't have to know you. I don't have to know your situation to pray for you. So when people share information with you, it's so you can share it with God, not to spread rumors, not to tell business. It's so that I can make sure that I pray. So Pastor Mike, why do I have to pray? How come God can't just do it? He already knows what I need, because you told us He knows my heart. Watch this. In fact, let me go ahead. Let me put this in the chat so y'all can understand it. Nothing happens until someone prays. God set up the system in such a manner. Nothing happens until you invite Him in. God waits for us to come ask for His assistance. We're so hard-headed. We try to do it on our own. Nothing happens until someone prays. We're gonna talk about dominion and stuff. I think we'll talk dominion next week. Without an intercessor, God doesn't get involved in the affairs of men. He said, I gave y'all a dwelling place. I gave you a place that you can operate on your own. If you need me, I'm here. But I ain't gonna just come unless you invite me. So prayer, intercession is inviting God. Thank you, Dr. Miles Monroe. It's giving earthly license for heavenly interference. It is allowing God to come, to show up, to do what He needs to do. Nothing happens until someone prays. If you look at every circumstance throughout the Bible by which God shows up, He doesn't arrive until someone invites. He said, hey, God, I need you. God gonna pull up and do what God does. And so without the intercessor, God does not get involved in our affairs it would violate the order he set in motion by giving Adam dominion. Okay, let me touch this real quick. Because when God gave man the dominion mandate, he did not say he would rule with us. He says, let us make man let us make man in our image. And he says, and let them have dominion. Come here. Yeah, he said, let them have dominion. And so intercession allows God to come in and handle things that I cannot handle on my own. And saying, God, hey, God, we need you. Our government's a mess. We need you. Our schools are a mess, God. We need you. And understand this. I was dealing with this, thinking on this last night. God is bigger than your city. God is bigger than your state. I dealt with this in a message some time back. God is not American. God don't care about your flag. Come here, somebody. God does not have a nationality, so he's not American in the sense that he only deals with things that happen here within these borders surrounded by these oceans. We serve a big God. So the same God that we pray to in America is the same God they pray to in Asia, and in Africa, and in Europe, and in Australia. And so if there is an issue or if there's something happening in one of those countries, right now there is an Ebola breakout in Western Africa. At some point in time in your prayer, I'm not telling you to pray all day on it. At some point in time, hey God, if you would send healing to those in Western Africa, God, if you would send healing to those families that are dealing with this outbreak right now, God, I know that you are a healer, God, that there is a balm in Gilead, that you're able to do things, God, that no doctor can do. God, we ask that you bring forth a miraculous eradication of all sickness and disease in that region. In Jesus' name. Intercession. Because he's bigger than what's happening on my block. And watch this. And while I'm asking you to handle things over in Western Africa, God, if you can touch Avondale, see how that works? God, if you can do something with Avondale, God, put your hand on it. God, I don't know what's happening in that area. God, I don't know what demonic stranglehold that there is in that area. But God, we speak your peace. God, you promised a peace that surpasses all understanding. Watch it. You see how I sent the word back to him. God, you said it. So God, because you said it, God, God, I need you to move on what you said. Intercession. So I'm praying from Avondale to Africa. That's it. I'm calling from Avondale to Africa, all within 30 seconds. I didn't have to show up. I didn't have to catch a flight to see it. No, I can pray and know God understands what's happening in the midst of it. So and watch this, with intercession, the intercessor is the go-between God and sometimes consequences. It's the idea that now God, my baby's acting up. God, I don't want you to kill him. God, protect them. God, protect them in their foolishness. They don't know your name yet. So God, I need you to protect them in the midst of what they're dealing with. God, cover them, put a hedge about them, God. And God, this is my favorite that I often talk to parents about. God, if you do anything else, God, knock them down. Knock them down far enough so they don't have any other choice but to look up to you. God, do just enough, God, to make them understand, God, that it's you that controls all this. Come here. This is good. Yeah, God, do just enough, God, so they understand, God, that you are real. God, so they know that you're not playing around. God, go ahead and move on their behalf. Here's what I'm gonna do real quick, because I need some participatory deliverance tonight before I let y'all go, and I promise we'll pick up on this next Tuesday, because the intercession piece is good. And so I need you How I want to do this. If you need prayer for anything, just put the hand raised emoji in the chat, or just put I do in the chat if you just need prayer for anything. Watch this. I'm not asking you what you need prayer for. If you need prayer for anything, go ahead and put that thing in the chat. Put the hand raised. I'll put I do if you can't find your emoji buttons. Whatever it means. If you need prayer, go ahead and put that in the chat real quick. Now watch this. Watch what's about to happen. Because as you're putting that in the chat, uh, I need you to, wherever you are, whether you're at home, whether you are at work, whether you're watching this on replay, wherever you are, I need you to look in this your chat. Come here, chat. Yeah, I need you to look in your chat and see the hands that are raised, and take 5, 10, 15 seconds and say, God, do me a favor and bless. Just go down the list to where you see hands at. Now watch this. You got people now trying to put their hands up. Now, because I told you I don't. That's why you need to be obedient. I told you to put your hands in there. And so now just take a couple of seconds. Hey God, do me a favor. Because we talk already today, God, I need you to do me a favor, and I'm not coming for myself. I need you to do something for, and start to say their name. Do something for them. God, do something for Mercedes. God, do something for Kathy. God, do something for Javier. God, do something for Cam. God, just start. God, do something for Shamika. God, do something for Cher. God, start speaking their name. And God, watch this. I don't have to know all the business, but God, I ask you to cancel every assignment the devil had planned for their name. Whatever the devil's assignment, whatever he was plotting, whatever he was planning, in Jesus' name, we bind that thing up. In Jesus' name, we loose, God, your power. We loose your favor. God, everything you want to do for their name, God, I ask that you do it today. We don't need to delay this thing. God, go ahead and let your favor fall. God, bless their name indeed. Bless them indeed. Enlarge their territory. God, be with them. Let's go ahead and tarry for a second. Where my 5 Pentecostal mothers with some white hats? Where watch this. Where my brothers with tattoos on their face? It's time to intercede. Let's go in for a second. God, whatever you're doing for their name, God, I want you to make it big. God, I want you to bless them so big, God, that you can't nobody else deny that it wasn't you that did it. Yeah, God, that's what I want for them. So as you just take a couple seconds and start looking at these names and say, God, hey, do it for them, God. Lord, move on their behalf. God, open up the doors, God. Whatever their inward prayer, God, whatever the thing is that they're wrestling with, God, move on their behalf. God, watch this. So, and let your name be lifted up. God, let your name be magnified, God. So that way you get all this glory. Because God, the bank said they couldn't do it. The bank said they couldn't pull it off. The doctor said there wasn't no hope. God, they kids, it's a strained relationship. God. So there's all kinds of reasonings by which it won't work on paper. So God, we invite you in to do what you do. God, we invite you in, God, to move on behalf of what. Run them names. Run them. Say my name. Say my name. You acting kind of shady. Be calling me baby. Come here. God, we speak these names, God, back up into you. So that way you, God, that you get the glory in their life, God, for whatever it is that they need you to do. We're interceding on their behalf. God, simply, Lord, so you get the honor and the glory. But God, we want to make sure that we're praying on behalf of others around us. So we take a couple seconds, run your list of names, and just simply just start praying. Just speak a couple prayers on their behalf, so God can open up some doors. Because watch this. That's the thing that helps to move your day along when you understand somebody said your name today. Yeah, if you don't do nothing else, say my name. Watch this, because even if you didn't put your hands in the chat, you should still put your hand in the chat because even if you don't think there's nothing wrong, once again we go back to the idea. God, even if there's nothing wrong in my life right now, God, I don't want nothing to go wrong. I was talking to one of the brothers on Sunday. God, just give me a day of peace where nothing else happening. God, give me 24 hours where I ain't got no problems. Give me 24, maybe 48, where ain't nobody asking me nothing. I don't owe nothing. God, just give me 48 hours of peace where ain't no problems. So even if there's nothing wrong, we want to keep it that way. We want to make sure that God's hand stays on you, that His favor covers you. The doors are open, the pathways are made clear, simply so God can do what He needs to do in His life. I pray that this helped bless you tonight. I told you, we still got some more we're going to touch on intercession next Tuesday. We still got some more ground to cover to kind of discuss how we intercede, and even just dealing with that concept of intercession being a blocking, in a sense, where God protect this individual, and while they acting a fool. Yeah, there's some parents praying right now on behalf of their children. God, they are plumb full right now. God, I'm interceding like Abraham interceded for Lot. Lot didn't know no better. That's what makes this so crazy. Lot didn't know what he was about to walk into. He saw it and thought it was good. So Lot didn't knowingly choose wickedness. Wickedness just surrounded him. Oh, this is big. Yeah, Lot found himself in a situation where wickedness surrounded him. Okay. We gonna be done with that with this. There's a text I believe in James, and James speaks to the fact that it says, paraphrasing, it says that Lot found himself in Sodom. It said it vexed his righteous soul. And so, in other words, Lot knew God, probably because of a connection with Abraham. And so it said because he was there, though, it vexed his righteous soul. So you took a good person, put him in a bad environment. That bad environment encompassed him. And watch this. And as righteous as he was, he couldn't handle it. He's like, I gotta go. This is gonna mess me up. It said it vexed his righteous soul. It was something about the environment he knew wasn't God. He said, no, we got to roll. So when his wife took it back, Lot was like, I'll see you when I see you. Notice Lot ain't look back. Lot was like, I know, I know who God is on my life. And so it's understanding there's people that are interceding on. It's not that they are bad. Maybe they got themselves into an environment where they couldn't escape. They got into an environment where they not sure how to get back. Oh, they're not sure how to get back out again. And so this is where your intercession comes into play, where you're saying, "Hey, God, this wasn't even their fault. No, God, there are certain proclivities, God, that they didn't even know was in their DNA. No, God, we speak against that. So, God, we want to make sure we're interceding where we're called to. Not all your prayers are about you. Yes, you get to ask for certain things, but not all your prayers are about you. So we want to make sure that we're learning and increasing our opportunities and moments by which we pray for other people. So, hey, I pray this blessed you tonight. We'll pick up once again where we were next Tuesday, talk intercession, and I might have another week or so dealing with prayer as we kind of navigate these types of prayer on Tuesdays. So we want to make sure we continue to lift that up. So make sure that you are inviting people to pop in on Tuesdays. Same way you invite them to come on Sundays. Tell your people to pull up on Sunday. Once again, as we continue to take this thing up to another level. And then on the 21st, it is the greatest holiday of the year. It is Father's Day. I was actually just thinking on a couple of things I want to pop off for my guys. So I need you to do me a favor, be thinking about what man in your life you need to bring to church. If you got a piece of a man, I need him for Father's Day. We want you to pull up We get a chance to kick it with my guys. I go hard for our guys on Father's Day, so I'm already prepping some things in my head to say, "Oh no, we're gonna kill them this year with this." So I rank Father's Day up there with Easter. I don't y'all mamas come at me. But my guys, we about to get it together. So hey, make sure you invite somebody for Father's Day. Let's go ahead and fill the house with righteous men, and let God do what He needs to do. Hey, I love you. I thank God for you. I'm excited about what He's getting ready to do in your life. Hug me when you see me. I'll talk to you